Welcome back. 12:13 is your current time this afternoon. August is National Black Business Month, and so we are taking time out of our day to recognize local Black businesses right here in the Ocean State this afternoon. So joining me in studio right now is Amber Jackson. She is the owner of the Black Leaf Tea and Culture Shop. I want to say thank you so much for joining us and coming in studio, sharing a little bit of time with us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, you've had a really busy year. Don't be afraid to toot your horn. Tell us where you've been and what you've been up to.
Yeah, so top of the year, I was featured on the Jennifer Hudson show. I participated in Essence Fest, which is the largest festival in the world, so I had to prep for 500,000 attendees. I was in DC. I got to vend and attend the Black Women in Food Summit by Dine Diaspora, which was an incredible experience. I did some consulting work with the James Beard Foundation, so I was at the James Beard Awards.
And you were recently in New York?
I was in New York for Shop Object. It was my first trade show ever. Shop Object's one of the very few companies that still has a Black Lives Matter initiative. And so I got to participate in it for free, and they paid for the furniture and the electricity, and I just paid for my lodging and shipping. So
lots of exposure, lots of support that unfortunately a lot of businesses, regardless of what the background is, just don't have. And you have been fortunate enough to be in business for how long?
5 years.
5 years,
Yeah.
which is a milestone for business. You have that first year hump, you've got that 5-year hump. So talk to me a little bit about what it means to you to operate as an owner of a Black business and really build things from the ground up.
Yeah, it's incredibly rewarding and challenging all at the same time. It allows me to create a sense of independence for myself in a way that's very fulfilling, but also using my platform to express myself creatively and use my degree finally, but also to create a platform to engage the community and celebrate Black culture as well.
And tell us how you do that through your products and what it is that you offer to the community.
Yeah, so traditionally tea has been used for centuries as a communal focal point. And so I've used that to do community events such as Young Black Professionals Mixers, tea talks, which I haven't done in a while, but trying to find a way to bring those back. But even now, just having those either virtually, in person, now that I have the cafe, which will be a year old in October.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I host different events in there. I also allow pop-ups for other Black creatives and people in the community as well.
Okay, so a couple of things that I definitely want to have you expound on is the amount of support when it comes to reaching out and connecting with people in the community who are not only customers of your business, but people who can help you get to the New Yorks, get to the Essence festivals. How do you really cultivate that?
Honestly, a lot of transparency. I think a lot of people, especially Black businesses, are kind of fearful of being in front of a camera and talking about their experiences and hearing their own voices. But for me, being transparent about who I am, I was working full time when I started my business, why I was doing this has been really important, but also being open to help. Knowing, saying, hey, I don't know how to do this. And a lot of times there can be a hindrance for people not being able to say and being prideful and not being able to admit that they need help. And through those conversations, I've been linked with a lot of people for mentorship, coaching, but also access to resources as well.
Any unique challenges or unique advantages to being a Black business owner, particularly here in Rhode Island?
Yeah, I mean, in general, with most small businesses, Black-owned businesses, funding is very, very challenging. Grants are incredibly competitive. Loans don't happen very often. I've never gotten a bank loan in 5 years of business. I've never been approved for one. But with that, it's very hard to hire people, to increase inventory, introduce new products. Marketing is incredibly expensive, especially now with different forms of social media. But you figure it out. Honestly, it sounds very primitive to say, but you figure it out. You make things work for you. And so I would say some advantages would be that because I'm a Black woman business, you do have resources like NWBA for a registration or a certification as a minority woman-owned businesses. You have people that have diverse suppliers lists that take priority with diverse businesses as well. So there are advantages, a very long list of advantages, but there's a very, very long list of challenges as well.
Okay, so before we wrap up, which we have to do here shortly, is there anything else that you want to say to our community at large, to those who are looking to really support? What would you say to those folks at home right now?
Yeah, as we are Black businesses. However, we are first and foremost businesses. We are here, we are present, we provide great services, great products all year round outside of just Black History Month and Black Business Month. So actually having and promoting our businesses all year round, especially on the wholesale side, where we are always incredibly grateful for our individual customers because we need those constantly. But having those wholesale orders that may be $1,500 to $12,000, those are really impactful for businesses. So supporting individually, corporately, all year round outside of those monumental months would be really important for Black businesses.
Very well said. And Amber, we are extremely grateful for your presence here today and also for what you do in our community. Don't go away. We have much more in store for you here on your ABC6 News at noon, and we will have this full interview for you to view later on our website, abc6.com.